Yo, it's HeyBroken, and today I'm going to talk about why Jin is the hardest Mishima to play, and how, ironically, he's also a perfect character, on paper. Jin is one for one the most perfect character in Tekken 8, I think. I think no character has every single tool that you would need like Jin does. Any move that you can think of, any type of move you can think of, Jin has it. And that's the reason why it doesn't make sense why Jin is so hard to play in my mind. But he is. He has every single move that you would need. But somehow he's still hard to play. Like I said, I don't understand it, but it's true. Anything that you would need, he also has a hop kick, he has it. Perfect 12 frame punish, perfect 14 frame punish, two different types of 14 frame punishes. He has back to one for the best round ender in the game since Tekken 7. This down forward 3 is actually OP as well for a round ender. 12 frame mid. They changed this to 13 frames, 1+2. Anything that you would need, this guy Jin has it. Perfect 10 frame punish, wall splats, anything that you would need. Look at these options when your opponent's back towards the wall. He has 4, standing 4, 13 frames. And if he wants to do a mind game, while standing 3, homing. Both these options are homing. Like he has the electric if he wants plus frames at the wall. Like he has so many options, and he's the perfect character. Oh, you're getting pressured, you want a panic move? Up 4-2, which this used to be safe in season 1. It used to be safe. Now it's -10, and the way the move is, it's still kind of hard to punish, especially for certain characters. He has everything that you would need, and somehow he's hard to play. Now, in Season 1, this was definitely the best Mishima. Without a doubt, the best Mishima. And I would say top 5 characters in the game. Without a doubt. Now, I think he's middle of the pack. Again, he has everything that you would need, except for the crazy backdash. But somehow, he's hard to play. A perfect throw game as well. Perfect. Everything you would need, he has it. But and in season 1 he had the craziest setup of all time with health sweep into 4-4-3-3 into this, and you get launched if you got cooked with that trap. Anything you would need, he has it. And he also has the heat mix-ups. He has everything. But somehow, in Season 2, he's just not that strong. He doesn't have the oppression that you would need. He doesn't have the aggressiveness that you would need, even though he has everything that you would need. Again, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But play Jin and it starts to make sense. Like, say if you're just playing neutral, you're playing electric. All you have really... Forward, this is so linear. This is, the Tekken 7 gameplay. This is how I like to play Jin. You space them out, catch them with the electric, or catch them with forward 4. That's how I like to play Jin, because that's the Tekken 7 style. But that style, it still exists, but that doesn't really work in Tekken 8 because you need the oppression. Like, there's so many neutral skipping moves in this game that playing in this way, you can get caught off guard a lot, especially against female characters with the CD3 slide. There's so many ways and so many characters that skip neutral, like Fakrumram. Like you try to do this, and you're getting counter hit by Fakrumram just because of his 3, way faster than anything that you have in neutral. You're getting counter hit. You're getting mixed. As soon as you get hit by the 3, you're getting mixed by Fakrumram, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can be right here, and somehow you're still getting mixed. Everything that you do will whiff, but you're getting mixed. And it sounds like I'm talking about different characters and not Jin, but this goes hand in hand with how Jin, he gets oppressed simply because his moves are slower on the slower end. In terms of trying to create aggressiveness, and as soon as he commits to an idea, his turn is really over. I mean, this, you could say, oh, you can still press after this, but in reality, it's kind of like, it's plus frames, but it's kind of fake frames. Like, let's say you're doing electric, like it's plus frames, but it's fake frames. It's kind of like doing a heat dash, you're +5. Like, you are +5, but there's so many situations and so many like defensive options you can do at that point that, you know, you lose your turn still, especially against certain characters. And again, this goes hand in hand with Jin not being an oppressive character in this game. It's more of a sit back and wait, more of a Tekken 7 style. Now, this didn't really exist in Season 1, but in Season 2, after all the nerfs, it definitely exists. He still has the perfect heat smash, but I find this to be much weaker than, let's say, Heihachi's heat smash. He's the hardest Mishima to play, even though he's the perfect character, which is so ironic. Now, this down back forward. Okay, so let's compare Kaz and Jin real quick. So down back forward, they're both 20 frames, but somehow there's moments where I can never ever react to Kaz down forward, even though it's 20 frames. But Jin's, there's moments where this shit looks like it's in slow motion. CBM made a tweet before. He said somebody in Korea can react to down back forward. I think it was Rangchu, but it was a Korean. But I'm pretty sure it was Rangchu that he said can react to Jin's down back forward. So somehow this animation, it is reactable. Somehow. Again, they're both 20 frames. I can't react to Kaz's, but Jin's, it literally looks like he locks into place and throws the slowest kick you've ever seen in your life. Sometimes it's unseeable, sometimes you can see it. It depends. It really does depend, especially on how the Jin player does it. Let's say this is kind of like Claudio's sidestep 4. Let's say Claudio does this, and then he does sidestep 4. Which, let's say if he did it instantly, it would be more unseeable than if they did it like this, because you're reacted to the sidestep first, your brain recognizes that this is a move you need to be looking for, and then you can react to the sidestep 4 easier. Claudio players, for some reason, they think that if they do it slower, it's less reactable, but in reality, if they do it instantly, it's less reactable. So, why I bring that up is Jin's Hell Sweep. Now, I would say in... not even in heat. So when Jin does the wave dash in heat, the red eyes and the Q is so loud that you know that you should be looking for this hell sweep. The Q is so loud, and with the visual cue of the red eyes, you know that a hell sweep is an option that you should be looking for. And I think hell sweep is unreactable if you do it instantly, even though it's 20 frames. But let's say if the Jin player, he gets greedy and he dashes into the hell sweep. Again, that's the same concept as the Claudio waiting and then doing the sidestep 4. It becomes more reactable, even though they're both 20 frames. So do this. Like, I don't know what it is, but the dash forward into the hell sweep is so reactable, especially in heat, because you dash, and then the red eyes come out, and then you know to be looking for that hell sweep. But again, if they do it instantly, that shit's unseeable. It's just, you know, it just depends on how the Jin player does it or how the Claudio player does it. Now, I bring that up to bring basically another weakness to Jin, in that he's such a popular character, and that over time you just get the reaction on his moves. Like, let's say, again, like Kaz's down back forward. That shit is unreactable no matter what. I can't believe some people think that that shit's reactable, but in my opinion, that shit's unreactable no matter how the Kaz player does it. And by the way, that shit's a perfect move. I can only think of like 1 or 2 times I've ever stepped Kaz's down back forward in my life. Now, like I said, Jin is the perfect character. He has every single tool that you would need, but somehow he's just hard to play. He doesn't have the oppression like these other characters do. Now Kaz,
Get ready for the next
This guy
battle.
Kaz has the craziest 50, well, not the craziest because Ana exists, but he has a crazy 50-50. 60 frame hell sweep, no matter what the Kaz does, this shit's unreactable. And he just has crazy oppression and, you know, the heat strings, shit like that. Now, Kaz has such a fast gameplay, and Kaz's damage is so good that even, you know, you do the down for 2. That damage is crazy. So Kaz has crazy tools just in general. Even down forward 1-4. Has this for mix up. He doesn't have a perfect throw game, but again, Kaz's oppression is way better than Jin's. Even without the crazy ass heat string. He has this for a get off me button, which is perfect in heat. This is extremely good string to have, especially at the wall. Again, I wouldn't call Kaz a perfect character like Jin, but his oppression and his he can get heat back, as you just seen like that. Kaz's oppression is way better than Jin's oppression. That's just how it is. He's just way more of an oppressive character, even though Jin is the more well-rounded, perfect character. That's just how it is. Now let's go to Reina is just a Lars 50-50 character. Like, she's still a Mishima, but she's still a Lars 50-50 character. Down 2, 1+2, just that's the typical Tekken 8 fucking, you know, 50-50 character, which is what makes Reina a good character. Harder to play than, let's say, Lars, but she's still a Lars 50-50 character. She's like basically Lars pretending that he's a Mishima, and that's what I think of Reina. Now, let's go to Heihachi. Now, Heihachi is OP because of this Warrior's Instinct. This Warrior's Instinct is literally a free round. I don't really have to go into depth about the Warrior's Instinct. That is literally pop the install and get a free round. Like, without a doubt, that shit is the most broken shit in the game. Warrior's Instinct with Heihachi is the best character in the game, better than Ana. And I'm not trolling when I say that. Now, Heihachi is a well-rounded character as well. Pretty slow and bad lows, but he makes up for it with his mids. Heihachi is basically, all this character is electric. Do this, and to mix up, heat smash. That's all this character is. It's electric and neutral, carry them to the wall, heat smash into 50. And you do that every single round, no matter what. Heihachi, I think, is the most computer-generated character in this game, where the gameplay is literally set out for you. You just have to do it. Learn how to electric, do the 50% health combo, heat smash, pop Warrior's Instinct when you have it, win the game. That's all Heihachi is. The gameplay is set out for you. You just have to do it. I think Heihachi has the least amount of skill expression in this game compared to any other character in the game. Like, there's nothing different that I think Kaz has way more skill expression than Heihachi, and that's saying something. I don't know what they were thinking with this character in Tekken 8, but this isn't what Heihachi used to be. This is not what Heihachi used to be. And again, I'll just talk about Tekken 7 again. Bro, Jin was so boring, I will say. Jin was so boring and so slow, and like, he was so boring in Tekken 7. I will say that. Watch Book play in Tekken 7. You'll see forward 4, 4, 4, 4, forward 4, 4, 4, forward 4, electric here and there, and electric Hell Sweet combo that changed without during the seasons. Like, look at Jin's Hell Sweet combo from Season 1 to Season 2 to Season 3, Season 4. There was always a different version of that combo. But I say that to say Jin was boring, and they changed what Heihachi was from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8, just like Jin. So, again, I think Heihachi has no skill expression. I wouldn't say he's a boring character to play. I think he's actually extremely fun to play. But how to play Heihachi is predetermined, and there's nothing else that you can do about it. Spam down forward 1, 2. Down back 2 every now and again. And again, electric, just get the electric in neutral somehow, carry them to the wall, or just get a launch. Carry them to the wall, pop heat, heat smash, 50 in the round. When you get 3 Warriors Instinct installs, pop Warriors Instinct, get a free round. That's literally all you can do with Heihachi, and there's no skill expression with this character, and that's it. So again, that's what makes Heihachi strong. You can know exactly what this guy is about to do, and you just have to play around it. There's nothing really you can do about it. You can know exactly what the Heihachi is going to do and still get cooked by it. You can see that I'm GOD1 by doing that same thing. Electric and neutral or forward 3, carry, heat smash, 50, Warriors Instinct, win the game. That's all you can do with Heihachi. Now, I say all that to say, Jin is the hardest Mishima to play in the game, and I hope that you understand what I'm saying when I say that. Again, Jin is on paper a textbook perfect character, but he's still the hardest to play.